Hey, Captain Logos here, preacher large, teaching the word inspiring 3 minutes at a time. Hey, I'm in Luke today, and we're talking about Jesus, and this is before his death. He's on his way to Jerusalem. But let me just read you this passage real quick out of Luke 13:31 through 34. At that very hour, some Pharisees came and said to him, "Go away from here, for Herod wants to kill you." He said to them, "Go and tell that fox for me, listen, I am casting out demons, performing cures today and tomorrow, and on the third day I will finish my work. Yet today and tomorrow and the next day I must be on my way, because it is impossible for a prophet to be killed outside of Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to it." Right? So, what we have going on here is Jesus lamenting over Jerusalem for its atrocities. And I want to leave you with two thoughts about this passage, right? I want to focus on fear and truth, right? So Jesus laments over Jerusalem, right? This is prior to his death, obviously, because he's still alive. He's on his way to Jerusalem. We don't know exactly where he's at when he has his interaction with the Pharisees. And they tell Jesus to leave, and Herod wants to kill you. Well, we don't know why they really wanted Jesus to leave, or they just wanted him to get out of the area. But Jesus responds, "You go tell that fox." That's an interesting phrase. We don't really see that before. But he's telling the Pharisees, look, go run about your little way and go tell your master, your puppet, that's your puppeteer, right, that I'm busy. I'm about my Father's business. I got things to do. You right? So he let the Pharisees know right away that he knew that they were going to go back and tell Herod. They'd run off to him. And by using the word fox in reference to Herod, he's basically telling Herod he has no honor. Right? But Jesus goes about his business. You tell Herod I will be expelling demons, performing healings for the next 3 days. I got work to do. Jesus didn't scare easy. But here's the key. Jesus wasn't moved by fear. He could have been afraid. Oh, they came to him and said, "Hey, Herod's going to kill you." He wasn't moved by fear. But Jesus was driven by his mission, right? Or you could say purpose. He was purpose driven, right? Then there's a little discourse right after that. I think Jesus was trying to be funny while pointing out the darkness of Jerusalem that killed the prophets and then is going to kill the Messiah. Right? He basically says, "Hey, he's not going to kill me here. I can't be killed outside Jerusalem, because everybody knows that all the prophets and all the people that come to Jerusalem are killed in Jerusalem." Right? There's probably some significance about the 3 days here also, but right, not a whole lot of time to go into that right now, but he tells them, I am busy for the next 3 days, and I'm going to just go about my business. But here's what's really happening. So the world rejects truth, right? Jesus had this truth, they rejected it. In John 14:6, it says, Jesus says, "I am the way, the truth, and the light." Right? The world rejects the way. The world rejects the truth. The world rejects the light, which means they rejected the Father, because Jesus is the only way to the Father. Right? So here's what I want you to remember from this little episode. Jesus was driven not by mission, or not by fear, but by mission. Jesus was not driven by fear, but by his mission. Remember that when fear comes upon you. Don't let it drive you. You can be fearful for a period of time, just don't be driven by your fear. We're all human. We're going to get afraid at times. But don't let that fear drive you. Let your mission and your purpose drive you. And understand that the world is always going to reject the truth. Right? And that's why they're going to reject you when you tell them the truth. Now, go get your face in the Bible.